The Attachment Detox. 5 Principles for Healthy Love and Ending Codependence. Stop suffocating your partner. Clinging destroys love. Learn the 5 Zen Principles of the Attachment Detox to find freedom. Watch now. Part 1. The Suffocating Grip. Welcome to Echoes of Life. Let us speak about the line where love ends and addiction begins. There is a specific kind of suffering that is unique to romantic relationships. It is the feeling of holding onto someone so tightly that your knuckles turn white. It is the constant, low-level anxiety that hums in the background of your happiness. What if they leave? What if they change? What if I am not enough? You check their phone. You analyze their tone of voice. You feel your entire mood shift based on whether they texted you back instantly or made you wait. You tell yourself, I worry because I love them so much. But deep down, you know this is not peace. This is panic. This is not a warm embrace, it is a suffocating grip. This phenomenon is what we call attachment, and in its extreme form, codependence. It is the mistaken belief that your survival, your worth, and your emotional stability are entirely dependent on another human being. It creates a dynamic where you are not loving the person, you are consuming them. You are using them as a drug to numb your own inner emptiness. The tragedy of this grip is that it destroys the very thing it tries to protect. Imagine holding a handful of dry sand. If you hold it gently, the sand stays in your open palm. But the moment you squeeze your fist tight in fear of losing it, the sand spills through your fingers. The tighter you squeeze, the less you hold. Relationships are exactly like sand. The more you try to control, possess, and secure them, the more you suffocate the life out of them. The other person feels the cage, and their instinct is to pull away. Today, we are going to perform an attachment detox. We are going to surgically separate the toxic neediness from the genuine love. We will walk through 5 Zen principles to end codependence and build a relationship based on freedom, respect, and true intimacy. We will move from the anxious love of a child who needs a caretaker to the mature love of an adult who chooses a partner. It is time to open your hand. Part 2. Love versus Attachment, the Great Confusion. To detoxify our relationships, we must first clear up the greatest confusion in human history, the difference between love and attachment. We use these words interchangeably, but in the Buddhist tradition, they are opposites. Attachment, upadana, says, I love you because you make me feel good. I love you because you validate me. I love you, so I need you to stay exactly the same. I want you to make me happy. Love, metta, says, I love you, so I want you to be happy. I want you to flourish, even if that means you change, and even if that means your path leads away from me. Attachment is transactional. It is a trade. I will give you affection if you give me security. It is rooted in fear and the ego's need for possession. It treats the other person not as a sovereign soul, but as an object, a resource to be managed. When the other person fails to meet our needs, attachment turns instantly into anger or resentment. Love is transformational. It is a gift given without the demand for a specific return. It is rooted in abundance. It respects the other person's autonomy. True love feels spacious. It feels like fresh air. Attachment feels heavy. It feels like a debt that must be paid. The root of codependence is the belief that we are half a person, looking for our other half to complete us. This is a romantic myth, but a spiritual disaster. If you are half a person, you are not looking for a partner, you are looking for a crutch. You will lean all your weight on them until they break. The attachment detox begins with this brutal but liberating realization. No one is coming to save you. No one can fill the void in your chest but you. Your partner is the cherry on top of the sundae. They cannot be the sundae itself. When you realize this, you stop demanding that they play the role of God in your life. You release them from the impossible burden of being your source of happiness. And in doing so, you create the space for them to simply be your partner. Part 3. Principle 1. The open hand, non-possession. The first practical step to breaking the grip is Zen Principle 1, the open hand. We have been conditioned to view relationships through the lens of ownership. We say, my husband, my wife, my boyfriend. The word, my, implies possession. We unconsciously believe that entering a relationship gives us the title deed to another human being's time, body, and attention. But the truth is, you own nothing. You own no one. Everything you have, your health, your money, your partner, is on loan from the universe. It has been entrusted to you for a time, to cherish and enjoy, but not to keep. Principle 1 asks you to shift your stance from clenched fist to open hand. Think of a wild bird. If you catch a bird and put it in a cage, you can look at it every day. You possess it, but the bird is miserable, and its song is a song of captivity. You have destroyed the very wildness that you loved. Now, imagine the open hand. You put seed in your palm and stand still. The bird flies down and lands on your hand. It sings. It eats. It stays because it wants to stay, not because it has to stay. And then, it flies away, and perhaps it comes back. This is the highest form of love. It is the courage to leave the door of the cage open. It is saying to your partner, I choose you, but I do not own you. You are free to be who you are. I trust that if this connection is real, you will return to it. Applying the open hand means letting go of the small controls. It means stopping the surveillance of their phone. It means encouraging them to pursue hobbies that don't involve you. It means trusting the bond enough to let the rope go slack. When you stop policing the relationship, you find out if the connection is real. If they only stay because you are forcing them, they are already gone. But if they stay when the door is wide open, that is a love you can trust. Part 4. Principle 2. The separate garden, ending enmeshment. Codependence often disguises itself as closeness. We think that two becoming one means we must do everything together, think the same thoughts, and feel the same feelings. This is called enmeshment. It is not intimacy, it is a loss of self. Zen Principle 2 is the separate garden. Imagine two tall trees growing side by side. If they grow too close, their roots become tangled, and their branches block each other's sunlight. Neither can grow to its full height. They become stunted and weak. But if they stand apart, with space between them, they can both grow tall, and their branches can touch and dance together in the wind high above. The poet Khalil Gibran wrote, "Let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you." Principle 2 requires you to cultivate your own separate garden. This is the part of your life that is exclusively yours. It is your career, your friends, your spiritual practice, your creative hobbies, and your alone time. In a toxic attachment, we abandon our garden to camp out in our partner's garden. We neglect our friends. We drop our hobbies. And we wait around for them to be available. We become boring, dependent, and resentful. To detox, you must reclaim your individuality. Go out with your friends without your partner. Take a trip alone. Spend an evening reading in a separate room. This space is vital for two reasons. First, it allows you to recharge and grow as an individual. Second, it creates erotic distance. Desire requires a bridge to cross. If you are fused together, there is no bridge, and desire dies. You need to step back far enough to see your partner as a separate, mysterious person again, not just an extension of yourself. When you tend to your own garden, you bring new fruits back to the relationship. You become more interesting. You become more vibrant. You are no longer a shadow. You are a sun, shining your own light. Part 5. Principle 3. The middle way, interdependence. We have established the need for an open hand in a separate garden. However, the ego often swings from one extreme to another. When people hear about detachment, they often mistake it for coldness. They think, fine, if I can't possess them, I will just ignore them. I don't need anyone. This is not healing. This is just a different form of armor. In relationship psychology, we see two main extremes of attachment styles. On one side, we have the anxious attachment, the person who clings, chases, and demands reassurance. On the other side, we have the avoidant attachment, the person who withdraws, shuts down, and fears intimacy. Both are reactions to fear. One fears abandonment, the other fears engulfment. Both are forms of suffering. Zen Principle 3 is the middle way. The Buddha taught that truth is never found in the extremes of self-indulgence or self-denial, but in the balance of the middle way. In relationships, this middle way is called interdependence. Codependence is, I cannot survive without you. Independence is, I don't need you. Interdependence is, I can live without you, but I choose to build a life with you. Think of the architectural structure of an A-frame house. Two beams lean against each other. They support each other. If you remove one beam, the structure changes, but the beams themselves remain solid wood. They are not fused together. They are leaning in a balanced tension. This is interdependence. Applying the middle way means navigating the space between intimacy and autonomy. It means being vulnerable enough to need support, but strong enough to stand on your own feet when that support is unavailable. It is the ability to say, I love your company, but I am also at peace with my own solitude. To practice this, you must recognize your own tendency. If you are anxious, your work is to lean back. Stop chasing. Stop overfunctioning. Trust that the connection will hold even if you stop pulling the rope. If you are avoidant, your work is to lean in. Stay in the room when things get emotional. Drop the wall. Trust that you can be close without losing yourself. The middle way creates a safe harbor relationship. It is not a prison where you are locked in, nor is it a vast ocean where you are drifting alone. It is a place where you can dock your ship, rest, and repair, knowing that you are free to sail out again whenever you choose. This balance is the secret to longevity. It allows the relationship to breathe. It transforms the frantic energy of need into the calm energy of choice. Part 6. Principle 4. The Impermanence Check, loving the flow. The deepest root of all attachment suffering is the refusal to accept the fundamental law of the universe. anicca, or impermanence. When we fall in love, we make a secret, impossible wish. We say to the universe, freeze this moment. Make this person stay exactly like this forever. Never let them change. Never let them leave. Never let them stop loving me. We try to concrete the relationship into a static monument. But life is a river, not a statue. People change. Feelings change. Cells regenerate. The person you married 10 years ago is biologically and psychologically not the same person sleeping next to you tonight. Zen Principle 4 is the Impermanence Check. This principle asks us to align our love with the reality of flow. When we resist change, we create friction. We get angry when the honeymoon phase ends. We get resentful when our partner develops new interests. We grieve the loss of how it used to be. This clinging to the past suffocates the present. The impermanence check requires a radical shift in perspective. Instead of viewing the inevitable end of things as a tragedy, view it as the very thing that gives love its value. The flower is beautiful because it blooms for a short time. If the flower were made of plastic and lasted forever, it would have no value. Every morning, practice this thought. This relationship is temporary. One day, one of us will leave, or one of us will die. This is not a grim thought. It is the truth that makes this morning coffee sacred. When you accept that you could lose them, you stop taking them for granted. You stop scrolling on your phone while they are talking. You stop picking fights over trivial things. You realize that this moment of connection is a rare, fleeting gift. Loving with the awareness of impermanence is the cure for entitlement. You are not entitled to their love tomorrow. You have to earn it today. You have to choose it today. This keeps the relationship alive and electric. It prevents the stagnation of taking each other for granted. Instead of trying to lock the door to keep them in, you realize that the door is always open, and the fact that they are still sitting there, choosing to share their limited time on earth with you, is a miracle. You move from clinging to the future to cherishing the present. You stop trying to secure a guarantee that doesn't exist and start enjoying the reality that does. Part 7. Principle 5. Self-sourcing, being the source. We arrive now at the final and most empowering principle. The ultimate cause of toxic attachment is the belief that the source of your love, safety, and happiness is outside of you. You act like a beggar sitting on a gold mine, holding out an empty bowl to your partner, begging them to fill it with validation. Tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me I'm worthy. Tell me I'm safe. This puts an impossible burden on your partner. No human being has the capacity to keep your cup full forever. Eventually, they will get tired, they will get distracted, or they will have their own bad day. And when they stop pouring, you crash, you feel empty and betrayed. Zen Principle 5 is self-sourcing. This is the practice of realizing that you are the source of your own experience. The love you feel when you look at them is not coming from them, it is coming from you. They are just the trigger, you are the generator. You must learn to fill your own cup. You must become the primary provider of your own emotional needs. If you need reassurance, learn to validate yourself. Look in the mirror and affirm your own worth. If you need safety, learn to regulate your own nervous system. Use your breath to find calm. If you need excitement, pursue your own passions. When you self-source, you flip the dynamic of the relationship. You stop coming to the relationship to get. You start coming to the relationship to give. You move from a dynamic of extraction, give me what I need, to a dynamic of overflow. I have so much joy. I want to share it with you. Imagine two people meeting who are both starving. They will devour each other. Now imagine two people meeting who have just eaten a full meal. They can share a dessert. They can enjoy each other's company without desperation. Self-sourcing makes you emotionally sovereign. You are no longer a puppet whose strings are pulled by your partner's mood. If they are having a bad day, you don't have to collapse. You can remain stable. You can offer support from a place of fullness rather than reacting from a place of lack. This is the ultimate freedom. When you know that you can generate your own happiness, you lose the fear of abandonment. You know that even if they leave, you will be okay. You will still be whole. And ironically, this lack of fear makes you incredibly attractive. People are drawn to wholeness. They are drawn to the person who doesn't need them, but wants them. Part 8. Final Echoes. Love Sets Free. We have walked the path of the attachment detox. We have confronted the suffocating grip of codependence and discovered the spacious freedom of healthy love. You now understand that love is not a cage, it is a sky. You possess the 5 Zen Principles to detoxify your heart. Principle 1. The open hand, loving without possession. Principle 2. The separate garden, maintaining your individuality. Principle 3. The middle way, balancing intimacy and autonomy through interdependence. Principle 4. The Impermanence Check, cherishing the present moment of flow. Principle 5. Self-sourcing, becoming the generator of your own happiness. The journey from attachment to love is the journey from fear to faith. It is the faith that you are enough. It is the faith that the right person will stay without being forced. It is the faith that love is meant to liberate you, not bind you. Remember this final truth. The only things you can truly keep are the things you are willing to let go of. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it is yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Embrace this final challenge today. Practice Principle 1. The open hand. Identify one way you have been trying to control your partner, maybe checking up on them, or nagging them about a habit. Consciously let it go. Step back. Tend to your own garden for an hour. Trust that the space you create will be filled with something better than control. Trust. Thank you for walking this path of liberation with echoes of life. You have completed week 2, the compassionate heart. If the promise of a love that is free and empowering resonated with your spirit, subscribe to our channel and join our community of conscious souls who are redefining what it means to love. Like this video to help the algorithm share this message with others who are trapped in the grip of attachment. And finally, share this video with the person you love enough to set free. Until our next journey begins, may your hands be open, may your heart be full, and may your love be wild and free.